having a lot of sex in my apartment, and I think my neighbors can hear everything because the following day, the women just look at me, or the men look at me like this, and the women look at me like this, biting their lip and playing with their hair. Even the dog approaches me, woof, 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 and he gives me a high five or a high paw, and I know they're hearing me. Transgenderism is on the rise. These people can be more delusional. One of these days, they're going to end up in the fertility clinic querying a doctor as to why they haven't gotten pregnant. And as the doctor's performing the ultrasound, his eyes are going to go wide. Whoa! And being the snowflake community that we live in, instead of giving them a referral to go see the psychiatrist for being delusional, the doctor will say, "Oh, keep trying. One day you'll get pregnant." The Ukraine war has been taking place for many years. If you ask me on how to end that conflict quickly, hire Mexicans. Mexicans get the job done quickly. You don't even have to arm them. Orale! Selena Gomez recently got engaged. Talk about true love. That woman is a billionaire. She has absolutely no reason to get involved with any man. If she ends up getting divorced, Benny Blanco and her end up getting divorced, Benny Blanco is going to become a billionaire and finally give women a taste of their own medicine. Women have been putting men through the ringer since the beginning of time. Just ask Jeff Bezos. Tom Brady recently got roasted. That joke about he having 8 rings because Giselle gave her ring back, that was my favorite joke. I don't know why they hired Kevin Hart to hose. That man has absolutely no talent. He was completely outclassed. I fast forwarded to through in all of his speaking scenes. I couldn't bear to listen to that guy. But then I was wondering, why they hired him. I was like, oh, okay. Netflix had to check off the African American quota. And they wanted to hire Wayne Brady, but Wayne Brady was too Caucasian for it. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Got punched by a Palestinian when he was in Israel because of his support for the Jews. If you ask me, don't press charges on that man. If anything, give him $10 million for accomplishing something 21 world champion boxers couldn't accomplish. Diddy is in jail for human trafficking and sexual assault. If you ask me, throw him in jail for the rest of his life and do the same with anyone involved. I don't condone his freaky sex parties. I used to play sports in high school and we had them all the time. The key word here is we, as in we were the same age. An OnlyFans model who slept with 100 men is being called back by these 100 men. They're complaining to her because she didn't live up to her end of the agreement. She had agreed to talk to him for 5 minutes or, converse with him for 5 minutes and before having sex with him. I think these men missed the basis of the video. And when's the last time men have feelings? I can just imagine how that conversation went. Hey, honey, you didn't live up to our end of the agreement. What are you talking about? You said that you would talk to us. Foreplay? You wanted foreplay? This was a sex video. Well, yeah, you agreed to it. Well, hon, I didn't want to. Unlike you, I have a pair of balls. The United Healthcare CEO was shot and killed. My condolences go out to his family. Man, talk about putting a cap on healthcare costs. An Italian mobster has recently spoken about how it is impossible to commit suicide in the prison that Epstein was being held. And now Diddy's being held. So if Diddy ends up committing suicide, you know that he was murdered. And you know by whom. Maybe not the A-listers, but people who own the A-listers. And you know who owns the A-listers. That's the Sinai's Jew, a man with a lot of power and money. I drive really fast, and I've incurred thousands of dollars in repair costs for damage to my transmission. And you learn to go slow after paying that kind of money. And it's gotten to the point where I'm driving my 5.0 Red Mustang like an old lady. When I drive by a speed checkpoint, the cops look at me like, oh, this guy's such a really well-behaved driver considering the red sports horse he's driving. And they'll just pull back the gun. Go ahead. I date women that are taller and bigger than me. This last woman that I went out with, we were at a restaurant and she ordered a 24-ounce porterhouse and a baked potato. I ordered tilapia and a small salad. And when we were done eating, the waiter brought out the bill to her. And then I gave her my keys as well. I was like, you might as well drive us home too. And then on our drive home, I told her, hey, you might just get lucky. There was a fly bugging me all night the other day, and I didn't want to get up to kill it because I was afraid of losing my sleep, and it kept buzzing the whole night. And then in the morning, it was still there. So I finally took a fly swatter and smacked it. I didn't kill it, but I knocked it unconscious, and I did what any sound person would do. I taped it to the counter and put my AirPods around it and turned on the music full blast. Give that little pest a taste of his own medicine. They tell me that if I ever do stand up in LA, to stay away from certain areas, but I tell them, look, man, if I shave my head, I look like a gangbanger. And considering my financial savviness and business savviness, I can run LA. I'll set up retirement plans for the gangbangers. You know, Raul, you're not always gonna be young. Your vision is gonna fade, and your hearing is gonna give out. And so one day your hip may also give out, and you're gonna have to have a retirement plan. And I'll establish guidelines. And you know, Raul, as per the guidelines, we agreed that it would be a 60-40 cut because I assume most of the risk, and then he'll pistol whip me, take out a gun. Guidelines. Now, Raul, HR has already spoken to you about your angry outburst, and the psychiatrist has told you many times that your angry outburst is a result of having an absent father and an overbearing mother. And he starts crying, oh, yeah, I know, puts the gun down. And, you know, they're not set up for retirement. I can just imagine these old gangbangers. We're getting shot at. What? Can't you hear? What? Get moving. Oh, my hip. I'm 40 years old. I haven't gotten married. I want to move to New York because of the fast-paced life. I hope that translates also to dating. I imagine dating in New York would go something like this. Hi, we made a match. You're good looking. Do you want to get married? Yes. Is Thursday 5 p.m. good for you? Yes. Okay, see you there. Don't be late. And then you arrive at I pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Okay, come on, let's go make children. Hurry! Baby, it's only been 10 seconds. Don't you at least get a minute? No, I'm 40 years old. My name is Alex. Thank you. Have a good night.